On January 10th, I ordered the Blendiful Powder Puffs here, which is the second product release from the brand Tati Beauty. And Tati Beauty is owned and operated by YouTuber, influencer, as well as brand owner of several companies, Tati Westbrook. I am definitely the target audience, the consumer, to purchase these types of products because myself, I use quite a bit of powder puffs in general. This is just one small case that houses quite a few of them. And I also have a bag full here, like for travel, just depends on which one I want to grab. And then for today's makeup look is this dirty one here. So I used it for quite a few products on my face. So I definitely knew I was going to pick the Blendiful up, but I also wanted to compare it to a existing brand that I have been using for probably well over 7 years, 8 years, because to be honest, the product looked exactly like it. And they're also the puffs that Tati Westbrook uses herself, which is from Forever Puff. So these are the ones that I have here. I'm thankful that I had the camera rolling when I first got the package to open it up, because the smell hit my nose. Now I have a wolf nose. I said it in my Milani Screen Queen or whatever that foundation is called, why I don't want to review it, because of the scent. I opened the package, open it up, put the little puffs on the table here, and it hit my nose from this package. Upon taking these items out of the bag, there is a strong smell that hit my nose. Smells like that paint smell that I was talking about in my Milani video. Okay, I'm taking a sniff of the big one, a sniff of the heart, same smell. So I'm going to wash these after I show you a very close-up of each item. And then we'll test out how fast they can dry. It smells like that paint, that high octane, trying to kill me, unnecessary paint, strong smell. It so happened to be the day that this product arrived is I watched Tati's Instagram story where she's saying a couple more instructions as far as when you're washing this product. And she stated how fast it will dry, and with the blow dryer as far as how fast it will dry after you wash it. So I wanted to, I had the water bowl out. Let's go ahead and test it against what she said. Okay, so I did record the clip. Let's go ahead and roll it, and that way you can take a look too.
Well, I will continue to answer questions, and you guys have a ton of them. That's totally a-okay. It's a different way to do your makeup. It's a lot bigger than what's out there. A lot of people want to know the differences in what you could purchase here, there, other places, the ones you get for free with powder, like how are they different from mine? And we're going to get into all of the nitty gritty if you guys want me to. I'm not going to sit on here all night long and bore you to tears with that. But bottom line, I'm just really thrilled to see it in action and see people loving it and getting it. And it washes in like 30 seconds. Soap and water, dries really quickly. Blast a blow dryer at it, under a minute, you're good. And it returns back to its natural state and softness.
I did use warm soapy water. That's what it also says on the packaging as far as to clean it. It says you can put it in a lingerie bag, throw it in the dryer. But as far as what I do with my puffs, since I do use them on a daily basis, I wash them every evening with my sponge or whatever else I'm using. So I use these and wash them daily. Therefore, I don't have time to be throwing them in a lingerie bag and washing a load every single night. That's just me. I will hand wash these and let them dry overnight. So the cleanser that I use to clean this is the Dyso Puff Cleanser. I'm going to be very specific when I'm talking about certain things because I want you as the audience to know you don't have to use a special cleaning product like what the brand says, like what the brand owner says. You take a product that you purchase and you bring it into your existing lifestyle and your makeup routine, and you use the same products. That's your claim, and that's going to be your experience, and see how it fits. Okay, so in my case, I just was curious, is it going to be the same amount of seconds that she's saying, and will it dry as quickly as that? did take longer as far as to dry this on full blast with my Dyson. Okay, so I think I had to do it like 2 times, but in fairness, I did take my Forever Puff. This is the big body one. I did the same thing with this. I washed it and then I dried it as well. Same manner, since I'm going to be comparing these two. And again, this one also took longer as well. So just wanted to state that it's going to take longer than what she claimed in her Instagram story or whatever it might say on the brand's website. To clean and dry it, just letting you guys know. And you don't need no Dyson, you don't need any of that to dry it. I just want you guys to be aware of that. It did not fall accurately in that claim that she made. Now, the small little puff also took just a little bit longer to dry. Same thing, and I expected it, even though it's smaller and it's a little bit puffier than the bigger size one here. It does take a little bit longer for this to dry too. Again, just letting you know. So I would just make sure if you need to use it again, you are giving yourself that ample time to let it dry. I started to get to work. You know, one side I'm using the Blendiful, the other side I'm using the Forever Puff. Okay, and I'm using whatever products I picked out for that day. I change my makeup daily or whenever I do my makeup. So I don't even remember what primer I used for that day, but I don't believe I used Tarte's Pore Primer, which is the one that I know Tati uses quite a bit. But I also noticed in reviews, people are specifically using that with her puff. And I'm going to say, how am I going to say this not to confuse you? You don't have to take a product and use the same exact product that you see us using, or the brand says to you, or in her case, the brand owner, Tati. You take the product, you introduce it into your life, and use what you already use. Okay, the material and everything is going to do the same thing. Because, for example, with the Forever Puff, I can go into any primer. I can go into a pore primer. I can go into a lotion-based primer. I can go into an oil. You can go into any primer, any cream, anything, and apply it into your skin. It's how you use the product to your benefit to apply your products. So I hope that makes sense. You don't have to use what she uses primarily on her face. That's not what this product was designed for. It's designed for to use your skincare products, your makeup products, creams, liquid, powders on your face. I hope that makes sense. Now that I think about it, I think I used the jelly primer. Yes, I used NYX jelly primer on that day. It just came back to me. So it did apply fine onto my skin with both products. The main difference I saw is that my skin, I believe it was the left side that I used the Blendiful, it looked dewy. It looked dewier than when I used the Forever Puff. So that was like, oh, to me, right? Because I'm still testing out that it's new to me, the NYX Bare Jelly Primer. So I looked a lot more dewier. So I said, okay, I like that. The next thing that stood out to me was concealer. Now, I have seen people use the small mini size here to use the concealer. I'm still going to use just the puff. It just really depends because, to be honest, this is going to stay in my purse. This has stayed in my purse, the small size of the puff, Forever Puff. So these are going to stay in my purse for touch-ups if I want to throughout the day or, you know, in the evening. So I want to make sure that I'm using these as much in my routine as possible. So for concealer, it blends out concealer fine, just like how I knew that this small one would do. And also the Forever Puff, I already know that this is going to blend out concealer as well. So I wasn't concerned about that. Next would be like a contour product, a bronzer, powder. I believe I used powder in the clips. The main difference that I can see with these two products is when I already use my Forever Puff, and I know I'm holding up this big size, but I tend to use this size the most when I'm doing a product. When I'm using this and I'm blending out creams or powders, it is buffing into my skin. I'm not getting that same buffing look when I'm using this product. That is a big, con to me, because if I'm blending out bronzer, contour, we're going into some darker shades here, and it's just not cutting up to what I definitely see when I'm using the Forever Puff, we're gonna have a problem. Let's go back real quick. I think I left out foundation. I was fine with how they looked as far as a foundation product on my face here. Again, it's blending and buffing it into your skin and how you move the product itself to achieve it. Does that make sense? So I felt that, you know, both of them worked in that mechanism for foundation. It works that way in concealer, but there is just slight variations that I can see when I'm using either one of these products. Overall, I feel that it's the material that really makes a difference as far as how it's going to look overall on your skin and the texture, if that makes sense. That's why I felt when it came to the bronzer and the contour part, I definitely feel that the Forever Puff material buffs and blends in those products better than the Blendiful. It's just how you are working with each product. And the material is different. That's just how it is. So just want to make note of that. For blush, again, there's just slight variations where I feel that it looked better with the Forever Puff material. When I got to highlighter though, highlighter was a big, like I can see it in my magnifying mirror. I don't like how the Blendiful applies highlighter on my skin. It just takes the product and changes it in a sense. It doesn't apply well. And then you can see as I'm going over it with this to kind of help further blend it out. So I definitely prefer highlighter with this. Overall, whatever product you're using, cream, powder, whatever makeup tool, application that you're doing, using the Forever Puff is going to produce a seamless application versus with the Blendiful. It does the job. The Blendiful will do the job to apply the product, but me personally, someone who's got, dissect it, someone who's going to be looking in the magnifying mirror, I'm looking for the differences, subtle or not. When I'm comparing these two, the Forever Puff definitely, in my opinion, wins out. Moving on to just the small sizes here. This is where I was really happy because this one from Forever Puff is gone through a lot and it's time to let it go at this point. So it's perfect timing because the Tati Beauty can just slide right into its place. Now, I do feel that the material is different when I'm looking at these two. Not only just with the material of this, the brown material looks different to me than the face one. I'm just going to call this one the face one. I have used the small one for concealer too, like I've seen people do in other videos, and I do feel that it blends in concealer very well. I actually feel it blends in concealer better than the bigger size here. But again, for touch-ups, this is the way to go, and it's going to definitely stay in my purse. Next I want to talk about is the comparison, like why did I even pick the Forever Puff? Seeing the product in action, seeing the reveal video, and looking at it online, you know, it's tough to see what the material looks like, but it looks very much like the Forever Puff to me. Let me just hold up, as if it was a little bit bigger. Now, well, it is bigger than this one. And this is also a product that Tati herself has used on her channel for quite some time. So I feel that the product, her Blendiful, this is my opinion, of course, I feel that it is heavily inspired and copied. I'm going to say the word copied by Forever Puff. As a consumer, that's where the confusion comes into play, because I can look at her product and what was the first thing I thought of? Forever Puff. The similarities between the two are so close that it's something I feel that the brand needs to be careful of, okay? My opinion as a consumer, okay? That's just how I feel. The material is different, but overall, it is something in which it's a product that the brand owner already uses, and it's doing the same things, okay? Now, 2019 or whenever this product was supposed to come out, Black Friday or whatnot, when Tati had mentioned in an interview, you know, I have this product, it's revolutionary, it's groundbreaking, it's going to change the makeup industry. And then this comes out, and then again, I see this, and I think of this, and I'm thinking, this is already here. This has already been here since 2004. The only thing is, it's not talked about as much, okay? It is very industry driven. That's why it was created from the makeup artist and well known within our industry, but outside of the makeup community and makeup artists and professionals, that is where it stops. So my point is the product is already here and you already know that the product is here because you already have been using the product. So her statements on that in the interviews that she has done, and I don't recall she mentioned it again in the reveal video because again, I'm trying to remember from memory. That didn't sit well with me because it's already, the product is already here. Now, there are forms in marketing, there's, you know, terms for it too, where you can take a product and change it. So to basically take an existing product and change it in a way that it can be used in a different manner or maybe used a lot better than what the original is. Perfect example would be a cake. You bake a cake. Out of cake comes, you can make little tiny little cupcakes. So here's a cake already there. It's big, but then you bake it in something very small and you have a little miniature cake. So what do you call it now? It's the same thing. It's still a cake, but it has a new term, cupcake. And of course, you know, cupcakes are born and we all love them. So that's an example right there. So it's very much, I feel, as far as that type of innovation when you're thinking about creating a product. I feel that she was definitely influenced by this and I'm going to say copied. But the making the product better in that sense for the consumer, I don't agree with that as all. My opinion. It's not as good as the actual original. Now, the Forever Puff comes in different sizes. It is meant to do the same thing, the same claims that the Blendiful will do. If you do look up Forever Puff on YouTube, you're not going to find very many videos on there. There's a few sprinkle of them here and there. There is one I came across where the artist is actually using a big one and how she directly put the product on the puff and started putting some body makeup on the model. This product is also handmade in Canada. So each one is handmade. And the prints are different. So you're not going to get one that is necessarily the same. Like if I wanted to find this one in this print, it's probably different right now because the print's changed. And so these last a long time. This and where's my other one? Actually, the one I just used today. And where's the other one? I have another one too. Those are about ready to give. So I need to at least go purchase at least 2 more of these. But I'm telling you, I have had these for so long. Washed them every time and it has held up. So when you're looking at the cost, so one of these is about the same price as her packet, but it lasts and works much better in my opinion. See, cost per wear. The cost of the Forever Puff, you know, isn't so bad. I do want to touch on washing the product. Now, I wash my existing puffs with my sponge. If I use a sponge a day, I actually do it in the shower because I'm already in the shower anyway, so I might as well just wash them there. And what I did is I washed these in the shower too. I took this and I took this in there and I took all the baby ones too to wash them. And this took the longest to wash out. This washed fine, this washed fine, this washed out fine, but this size took the longest. This took me having to go, I don't know how many times I was just putting it on the last spot, but I went, you know, to turn the shower off and I got out and in the actual sink, really going in with my thumb, and then the last of the foundation left. Now I didn't use Estee Lauder like double wear. I didn't use a strong foundation. The day of the clips that you saw, I used Too Faced Born This Way foundation. So, but I've used every product, everything with this, and this washes clean. So it's just going to take a little bit more effort to wash this and clean it by hand. Throwing it in the wash machine, I don't know how that is, because to be honest, I'm not going to do that. I always hand wash these. So that's just not something I'm going to do. I'm sure other people that are doing reviews, hopefully that they can tell you how it's going to be after they wash it in the machine. But if you do wash it in the machine in a laundry bag, definitely put it in that. Do not dry it. Just leave them out, lay them out to dry, and again, they'll be fine. They'll dry. Last area I wanted to talk about is the damage. Okay, and it's only because I saw one video where the YouTuber, her Blendiful, had split. And I'm sorry to say this, but I'm actually happy that I saw that video and that kind of happened to her, because I was able to see what the inside of this was. It does show what looks to me is it's like foam in here. And on mine, my little puff here, which needs to go, you can see the stitching of the material. I tried to get as close as possible. So it's a completely different look inside. Again, these are handmade, and how the stitching is. This holds up forever. So I just want to make note of that. If one person had issues with damage, whether, I don't remember if she washed it, whatever she did, it happened. Okay, that alone got me to be like, okay. You can get the Forever Puff products on the Forever Puff brand website. Boy, I said that without messing up. You can also get them at where professional makeup products are sold. So even though you may be just a consumer, you can shop on Nigel Beauty's website. You can shop on Namie's. You just won't get it at the discounted price as if you were a pro. But you can purchase them elsewhere. They're also in those stores as well. I believe Camera Ready Cosmetics might have them too. But my point is, you can get them on other sites and stores versus not only on the brand's website. Whereas on Tati's reveal video, and I remember she did mention this, that her products are like readily available. Like, here's something that you can get that's readily available to the public. Where, no, that's contradicting, that's against this, because these are only on your website, on Tati Beauty's website. That's the only place you can get them. You can't go into those particular stores and purchase this. And this isn't on any other retailer's website. So I just want to make note of that. There are other choices and other options as far as if you want to pick out the Forever Puff. The last area I want to touch on is training. Now, I've seen this in a lot of comments and in a few videos. So this is the reason why I want to bring it up. And it's just, again, it's my suggestion, it's my opinion, but it is also something that I've noticed with the brand itself that I want to mention. Okay, so I believe in Tati's reveal video, she was mentioning how, this is such a different product on the market. It's different, it's unique. So she will be showing you like a full face, so to speak, or just basically tools and tricks and all that mess as far as how to use the product, pretty much. To date, I don't believe that has been done. That's disappointing to me as a consumer, but also seeing these comments and from feedback from peers and so forth that there's nothing out there still. How are people going to use the product? That's how you're going to lose sales. That's how people are just going to go ahead and go, well, forget it. I'll go use something else. And I've said this before in my empties videos when I'm talking about supplements, when I'm talking about products in general on my channel, I'm the guinea pig, okay? I'm the one that's trying the products. I'm the one that's testing it out. I'm not going to say something, use a product, have you look at it, And you're like, oh, of course she used it. No, I've tried it. I've taken it and put it into my body. And I'm going to tell you my honest opinion, whether I like the product or not. I do not sit well with any brand that wants to do that. Well, let me use the consumer. Let me use the customer to test it out. No, it don't work that way. If you're not using your product yourself, if you can't stand by it yourself, excuse me, then you got a problem. Do not use your customer as the feedback that you need to further sell the product. That's what I'm saying here. And in my opinion, again, I got to keep saying it, it's my opinion. It seems to be a pattern. Let me just let the customer get it and figure it out on their own, or let the customer take this product and again, let them figure it out on their own. You know, the vitamins. So that is something that doesn't sit well with me. Get the training videos out, get the photographs out of whatever product it is within your brand before the product launches. And give the customer enough time to decide, oh, okay, I think that will fit into my routine, or oh, I want to get this, and they'll purchase it. If you stand behind your product, there should be no question. If you stand behind it, it will sell itself. You get the right people in place to assist you in whatever it is. Training videos, whatever it is. Get it done before the product launches. Now, with my personality and my style, because I'm like, look, we've got so many choices. When I see stuff like that, I just go about my business. You know, I don't want to even look at what the brand is selling because that works my nerves. So me telling you as the viewer, that's why I say go. Here's another company that actually in this case works a lot more, it works better than the Blendiful. That is what I recommend you spend your $18 on. Okay, if you come here, I'm going to tell you what I feel would be the best way for you to spend your funds. And I feel in this case, it's with the Forever Puff. That is my review on the Tati Beauty Blendiful Puffs, Powder Puffs. So let me know what you think. You picking it up? You already have it. Share your experience down in the comments. I would love to know. Thank you all for stopping by and watching. I do appreciate that. Subscribe if you're new. Hit the bells. You know when I upload, all that good stuff. Again, I do appreciate you watching. Have a wonderful day or evening. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. Please come back.